Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
It has gotten really cold really quickly, so all the Montanans I heard begging for winter to get here. You're all happy, right? Personally, I'm loving the cold weather. My truck is a little bit confused though. It's a little sluggish to start now and again, maybe in the mornings or the evenings when it gets cold. We've gotten some serious snowfall around the state, and I think skiers are probably the most pleased. Feet of fluffy powder falling down in those mountains, like at Great Divide. We're gonna see what's going on over there. Also, last week we introduced skijoring to folks that didn't know about the hybrid sport. It got its start as literal reindeer games. Getting pulled by reindeer on skis went official at the turn of the 20th century in the Nordic Games in Stockholm. But they're still held in some Scandinavian countries. Amazing, entertaining to watch, and just a thrill to know that people right here in Montana are doing this nearby. For MTN Outdoors, I'm Keith Grevenitz. Let's get to these stories.
The roads, a little dicey. Schools and some businesses, closed. At least 1.5 feet of snow just about as far as the eye can see? Check. Snow mounds taller than me? Also check. That's been the story down the Bitterroot after this storm.
It makes everything pretty, but it's a pain to deal with. I've gone to the library twice, and they've been closed both days.
From Missoula to Hamilton, the snow came out in force on Monday and Tuesday, blanketing everything as far as the eye can see. But that didn't seem to stop people from getting out and about. Plows were certainly busy clearing the roads to the best of their ability, piling up snow in impressive mounds, to say the least. And while many people may be accustomed to the snow, that doesn't mean it didn't have an effect on residents in the Bitterroot, as in Stevensville, the library and several businesses were closed. The same goes for Hamilton. For the open businesses, they still had to deal with the logistics of getting their customers in the door.
I work here at the Foot and Ankle Clinic, and they plow it to where my patients in boots and injuries can't get in and out of the clinic. So we've had to cancel clinic yesterday afternoon and this morning.
That's not even to mention the amount of shoveling that happened.
So I shoveled it yesterday twice and then today once.
With all this snow, I guess you could say that a Montana winter is officially here. In the Bitterroot, I'm Zach Volheim, MTN News.
On a February morning at Great Divide ski area, it can be difficult to find a place to set your skis or snowboard, as the mountain is filled with people taking advantage of the fresh snow.
I ski mostly every weekend when there's snow on the ground.
Yeah, so I'd say every weekend, and on a day like this, have our parents call us out of school and just come up, have a good time.
Yeah.
High schoolers Leo Wilkinson and Lucas Meyer are not the only students on the slopes Wednesday morning. C.R. Anderson Middle School 6th graders took to the mountains for a free day of skiing and snowboarding.
I'm not the best skier, but it's fun, so I still want to do it.
The students receive lessons alongside their teachers, learning to French fry and pizza. For students who make the classic Montana sport a yearly tradition, the conditions this season are a welcomed change.
There's a lot more snow. Last year, we didn't have as much snow when we came up here for the trip, but we got a lot of powder this year. There's more runs open this year, another chairlift's open, and there's a lot more snow, a lot more powder.
Great Divide says they estimate they have gotten 6 to 10 inches of snow since Sunday. In Marysville, I'm Allie Kaiser, MTN News.
I've been riding horses my whole life. My favorite thing to do on a horse is go fast.
Taylor Stoba grew up around horses. Born in Washington, she later moved to Montana, where she found her permanent home in Big Sky, working on a ranch. But it's back when she was 12, watching a race in Driggs, Idaho, that she discovered skijoring.
And I'm watching the horses just gallop down Main Street, and these skiers are doing going over jumps and getting gates, and I was just fascinated by it, and I was like, wow. I've got to get into it.
And if you're still unsure what this sport is?
So skijoring, it's a timed competition. It's a 3-heartbeat team. The horse, the skier, the rider.
The horse pulls the skier through a course containing jumps, gates, and other obstacles. The fastest time and cleanest run wins. In 2023, Taylor was named the face of skijoring by Skijor USA, but she tells me it's been a long road to get there. In fact, the first race she signed up for,
people are like, well, can you ski? We need skiers. I was like, yeah, I can ski, but like I want to ride a horse. And this one gal said, hey, if you ski behind me, you can ride one of my horses. And I was like, done.
a few months after, Taylor went and bought the horse she rides today, Little Bo Peep.
And ever since then, I live, breathe, eat skijoring.
Taylor races in the highest level of skijoring competitions across the West, her horse always placing in the top 5 to 10. But Taylor's proudest moment of her entire career, her first race in the big leagues, when she was unexpectedly matched with her now regular partner, Coulter Fretwell.
He's like, by the way, there is a gap jump. It's like 20 to 30 feet over a truck. Can your horse get me over it? I was like, I don't know. I hope so. Like,
race day comes. Taylor is halfway through the course, and here comes the gap jump.
And I like screamed, go, Bo, go, and just kicked her. And then all of a sudden, I kind of got like pushed back in my saddle, and she dug into the ground and hit this other gear. I'm past the gap jump, and I'm able to like look over, and I can see Coulter just soaring over the gap jump and almost like missing the landing.
Taylor placed high in that race but didn't get the gold. This weekend, Big Sky is hosting a skijoring competition, and although Taylor only races for the love of the game, she still hopes to get that W in her hometown.
Big Sky is one of the most technical courses, which is great, so it's not just an all-out horse race, but it would be pretty awesome to win and get that Big Sky buckle, because I want it. I want it so bad.
Taylor will be competing Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and if you want to come out and watch her, keep your eyes peeled for her iconic American flag getup.
Reporting, Cassidy Powers, MTN News.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Skijoring is pretty cool, isn't it? But you don't get to yell at the horse mush. I first encountered sled dogs on a ski trip to Aspen, and needless to say, these animals are impressive. There's still a lot to do here in Montana, but with winter activities comes a certain amount of risk. We're always advocating for safety, especially around bodies of water. Okay, mush! I always wanted to say that.
While these four-legged friends are adorable to look at, they've got some serious power, which they're going to be using on Saturday afternoon for the 40th running of Race to the Sky. Mushers and their dogs are getting ready for the race starting on Saturday, with those running the 300-mile race getting vet checks to make sure their dogs are healthy and safe before taking on the race.
They're incredible animals, and the celebration of them is to watch them in competition.
This year, there are 23 mushers in total, 5 taking on the 300-mile race and 18 doing the 500-mile race. The mushers are traveling from all over the United States, including Minnesota, Alaska, California, and one musher is coming from Canada.
Being out in the woods at 2 o'clock in the morning on a full moon night, watching the dogs work, and after a 50, 60-mile run, watching them get excited, stopping and watching them roll on the snow and play and have a good time. That's what I see.
Last year, they had to cancel the event due to a lack of snow. That will definitely not be a problem this year.
We had very little snow, and now because there is so much snow, it's going to cause me a little more trouble. It would have been nice to have a week's separation between the storm and the race, just to get a good feel for it, but I think it'll turn out really well.
The race starts at 2 p.m. on Saturday right here in Lincoln at High Country Snack Foods, and you can find a full schedule and how to track the mushers by visiting this story on our website. In Lincoln, I'm Allie Kaiser, MTN News.
Over in the Target Range neighborhood, there's not a lot of opportunity for outdoor recreation. That is, unless you're talking about Big Sky Park.
It's just a good place to like meet with neighbors, walk my dog, get them around lots of horses and lots of other dogs and animals, and really just fun place to be a part of the community.
Big Sky Park has a lot to offer for the Target Range neighborhood, including baseball fields,
That's out of here.
equestrian areas, and now a natural ice rink thanks to the help of county commissioners.
We bought some boards. The fire department helped us with the first dose of water, and we just dove in and then had volunteers come and shovel and add more water.
And the park provides a good space for people to come together.
I appreciate like the county and everybody like providing this space, because I think that it's hard to find open space where we can really get out and still enjoy it and not have like a strenuous hike a lot of times. Sometimes it's like just a good place to hang out and be a part of the community.
So if you're looking for some fun winter recreation, look no further than Big Sky Park. In Missoula, I'm Zach Volheim, MTN News.
That gap you see in the willows there just beyond the picnic table is the boat launch for the main stem of the Jefferson River. Thanks to cold weather, some of the Jefferson River is right here beyond this barrier. It's closed this time of year simply because of safety.
The thing about rivers this time of year is conditions can change so quickly. Especially when we have frequent freeze-thaw cycles, that gets some of the ice moving, but then colder temperatures will cause it to stop, and then we'll see more flooding. And so, that really poses risks to visitors of these sites.
Jacobson says FWP recognizes the importance of these sites, and that's why every effort to reopen them or close only a portion of them, like here at the Drouillard, is taken. This time of year, slip and fall on snow-covered ice or a plunge into a hidden newly created river channel could be deadly. So safety remains top priority for all of these sites.
And so that's the balance that we're trying to strike is providing access and recreation opportunity where it's safe, while still providing for public safety in areas where flooding is occurring and conditions can change quite quickly.
Again, thanks to Mother Nature, just this section of the Drouillard Fishing Access Site is closed. Valley Gardens Fishing Access Site near Ennis, completely closed, again because of Mother Nature. For a complete list of all those sites that are closed, head on over to the Fish, Wildlife and Parks website. At the George Drouillard Fishing Access Site near Three Forks, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Montana is a food producer. Whether on farms, rivers, or hunting in the vast wilderness, you can eat fresh in this state. Montana is famous for fishing, big game hunting, and pulse crops. If you don't know that term, you definitely have eaten them before. We're going to learn all about it coming up. Meanwhile, wildfire season is on its winter hiatus, but that doesn't mean that preps aren't being made by fire leaders right now. Let's take a look at how some Montana lands are managed so that they stay beautiful but still provide for us.
Fish, Wildlife and Parks has been laser focused on the fish in the upper Jefferson River system, namely the Ruby, Beaverhead, and most importantly, the Big Hole River. That work includes looking at fish health, fish mortality, and the impact of recreation on the river's fisheries. As far as the fish health study goes,
what we found was that in the fall, for example, we handled 8,000 fish, trout specifically, and only 3 of them had issues that were obvious and concerning. And then of the 5,000 fish that we handled in tributaries, none of those had apparent infections that we could detect. So
for mortality, FWP tagged thousands of fish, the Big Hole, Beaverhead, Missouri, and Madison rivers, then left it to anglers to update.
And then over 1,000 reports came in from anglers who caught those fish and clipped the tags. And so that's very helpful as anglers continue to participate in that. We're using angling as a way to measure how environmental factors like water flows and temperatures have an effect on trout mortalities.
The impact of recreation was focused on the users themselves.
We're using surveys to measure how these rivers are used, what percentage of users are fishing versus non-anglers, and we'll be continuing those survey efforts and expanding to include the upper Yellowstone River in 2025 as well.
The work in 2025 continues with more tagging of fish and continued effort to look at the health of the fish in those rivers. Also continuing will be unique partnerships as unique as Montana State University and Trout Unlimited, along with continued involvement from Montana's anglers, all in an effort to protect the fisheries in Montana's truly unique rivers. On the Jefferson River, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
This fence you see behind me surrounds Montana State University research land and was installed last summer for the sole purpose of keeping elk out. But for some ranchers in the area, they're concerned for what this fence might mean for those animals.
There's definitely no animals in there. They can't get in or out. Yeah, there's pretty much nothing in there.
Doug Graves is a rancher who's lived in the Spring Hill community for around 45 years.
We have elk, deer, moose, antelope that come across this property. They have been for probably hundreds of years.
But recently, Doug has been missing that wildlife. He suspects a fence surrounding nearly 600 acres across from his property is the problem.
Last summer, Montana State University started the construction of this fence. They finished it this fall.
The fence surrounds Lutz Farms, which was donated to MSU for agricultural research. In an email sent to me from the university, they explained the research being done on the fields of Lutz Farm produced new crop varieties for the unique conditions in Montana. They state the production from that field is extremely important and valuable to Montana agricultural producers. The university goes on to explain how a few years ago, nearly 30 acres of Lutz Farm research land was destroyed by elk. Since then, they've tried different options to mitigate elk damage, including limited hunting and temporary fencing. They say nothing worked, so the fence went up for the sole purpose of keeping elk out. Doug says the fence may be good for research, but it's had a negative effect on wildlife.
The elk are stuck currently on the other side of it to the west. They haven't been able to get back over here, and the big concern with that, this area to the east of us is very open, conservation easements, national forest land. They breed up there, they're not hunted, and it's very unstressful for them.
Doug's noticed the elk roaming on farm fields where there's limited food source.
Seen some people out there trying to move them off their haystacks, so they're getting into other people's hay.
Which Doug fears could lead to depredation hunts, which are seasonal hunts that allow hunters to kill animals that are harming livestock, agriculture, or humans. So I was curious what Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks thought of this predicament.
This area, kind of along Spring Hill Road, north of Bozeman, does have an elk herd of about 200 or so head of elk that kind of use that area between the foothills of the Bridger Mountains over to Bear Creek and Reese Creek Road.
An area of about 60 to 70 square miles these elk use year-round. But FWP doesn't have GPS trackers on this specific herd, which has made it harder to predict the effects of the fenced-off area.
In terms of wildlife in the landscape, we know that there's a herd there, and we know that there's other wildlife there as well that use that area. In terms of potential impacts, that's something that we'll be monitoring at this point.
But I was curious. Although this land is used for agricultural research,
how often do you see that where people will build a fence to keep out elk?
I'd say it's fairly uncommon. Most fences are typical barbed wire fence that's about waist height.
Such as this fence in Doug's front yard, which elk are still able to travel over.
They're part of the system out here, and they've been here longer than any of us have. And me and some of my neighbors, we've always kind of looked at it as a price of admission to live here. You live with the elk. You don't necessarily help them out, but you give them a place to live.
Doug tells me he hopes something can be done about the fence before spring when the elk begin calving. North of Bozeman, Cassidy Powers, MTN News.
When you think about agriculture in Montana, what comes to mind? Beef? Wheat? Well, there's another crop that's taken root in the Treasure State: pulses. The Golden Triangle in north central Montana is wheat country.
The name Golden Triangle comes from all the wheat fields. I mean, the wheat fields were endless. You could see them for miles, and that's all there was.
Justin Miller's family has been farming wheat in Guildford since the early 1900s. But about 25 years ago, they tried something new.
We were looking for a crop that was different than wheat.
So they tried peas, then a few years later, planted chickpeas.
And we've been raising them ever since.
Pulse crops are plants in the legume family, so things like chickpeas, lentils, and dry edible peas. And according to a 2024 report from the U.S. and Montana Departments of Agriculture, Montana is the top producer of all three of those crops in the United States. Preliminary numbers put the production value of those three crops in Montana at more than $373 million. Pulse crops don't just bring money in. Miller says they also give back to the soil.
Now we have a crop that is actually putting nitrogen back into the soil. And not only does it feed the plant, or the pea plant or chickpea or lentil, it'll also feed the crop that comes behind it.
Numbers show an upward trend in acres of pulses planted and harvested in Montana since 2014.
It is wheat country, but it's also pulse country now.
Pulses are rich in nutrients like fiber, protein, and iron. Check out the Montana Department of Agriculture Pulse Crop Program webpage and click on Pulse Consumer Information for ideas to put pulses on your plate. In East Helena, Marion Davidson, MTN News.
Wildfires like this one in 2018 are not unusual in Yellowstone National Park.
And they have been a natural part of its ecological cycle for centuries.
Now, as California reels from historic fire destruction, a study by researchers at the University of Wyoming shows a new danger of wildfire from standing dead trees in Yellowstone.
These fires tend to concentrate along major travel corridors.
For much of the year, standing dead trees burn more readily than live trees, or even than dead trees on the ground. This research, using data from NASA satellites and ground studies, shows there are a lot of those trees in some popular parts of the park. This map from the paper shows that most park roads, shown in deep red, correlate almost exactly with the highest fire danger areas, shown in increasing intensity from yellow to red.
What we didn't fully anticipate, for example, in here, was that the scale of infrastructure exposed and in specific locations where this danger is most pronounced, we need more investment in fire mitigation strategies.
That's where the people in this building come in. They're the wildland firefighters. Now, while the Park Service turned down our request to speak with them about this new fire study, the researchers are offering some suggestions.
This means things like fire resistance buildings, materials, more accessible evacuation roads, a better public awareness campaign could contribute to the cause in terms of both human lives and environment.
Taking it a step farther, this map shows that the areas most exposed to fire danger are along the West Entrance Road, where both the big 1988 fire and the 2016 Maple fire burned. The large Madison campground is along this road. Other hotspots are up in the northeast corner of the park, plus around Tower Junction and over near park headquarters in Mammoth.
I was really excited to work on a park like Yellowstone National Park, which is one of the most exciting and interesting park in the world.
Dr. Osdes says the researchers hope to do a follow-up study on how land management decisions made in the last 100 years is affecting current fire dangers in the park. For MTN News, John Shearer in Yellowstone National Park.